That next year in Golden State, I had a really good year, but like the politics kind of played a part of it. I was out the rotation I started the playoffs in a rotation, and we played the Clippers. I had a really good first 2 games against them. We lost game 2. So I
Mm.
was out the rotation for that series, and I was out the rotation for Houston the next series, and then we played Portland. Then I got back in the rotation, and I was in the rotation that those 4 games when we swept them, and then we obviously lost in the finals where I was in rotation the first 4 out of the 6 games. No, I was in rotation for 5 out of 6 games.
6 games. Yeah.
Politics and the business happened. My free agency. I was a restricted free agent, so they gave me a qualifying offer. But like I had a good season, so
Mhm.
agent, he advised me, let's wait and see if we get another offer. And I'll never forget, I was in Miami working out with Vic, and it was the 3rd day of free agency, and yeah, I want to say the 2nd day, Kevin said he was going to Brooklyn, whatever.
Mm.
So the 3rd day, me and Victor literally working out like in the evening, like at like 5, and my agent called me like 3 times. He like, yo, everything's kind of slow, but I think we just signed the offer, and you just kill this year. You're gonna play. You know the ins and outs of the offense. Clay's not gonna be there. You know
Mhm.
he's not gonna play 82 games. So I'm all right, bet, let's do it. So he sends the contract over, and I don't think I don't think I shared this story publicly yet, but they send an offer over, right? Literally signing. I literally signed my qualifying offer for the Warriors, and as
Oh,
they did it, they sent it back and was like, they no, I'm sorry. As I was doing it, they sent me a withdrawal. Like I got the screenshots and everything. Like you completed, because everything is DocuSign, and so everything is on your phone.
mm.
So I literally completed it, and I got the withdrawal back from the lawyer from the Warriors. Like the Warriors have, withdrew your offer. You know, um, thank you for whatever. Boom. So I'm like, oh, what does it mean? So my
Mhm.
agent's like on the phone, furious, like they just withdrew the offer. Like they just withdrew the offer. I'm gonna call you back.
Mm.
Like, what does this mean? Like, so now I go from being restricted to unrestricted.
Yeah.
First person that calls me is Quinn from the Jazz. Like, so now I'm being like, hey, we just got word that you're unrestricted. So I'm like, hey coach, no disrespect, but there's a lot going on. I don't know. I'm confused. Can I talk to you in like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
He's like, all right, cool. I'll call back in 20 minutes. So like I had like 4 teams call me.
Mm.
So Brown calls me. He's
The
like,
Broncos straight up. How do you find
oh, bro, I'm
that's
restricted. I
yeah.
need you in LA.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hold. What is going on? So I'm just so like, you know what I'm saying? And another thing was I never been pursued by the NBA. Like I'm never like, you know what I'm saying? I always been, my agent has to call, be like, what you think about Quinn? Blah, blah, blah. I was undrafted. I was, a guy on a 10 day. I was a guy in the G League. So it's never been like besides the team that actually signed me. So it was different, like feeling like pursued and wanted. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It was lit. It was lit for
Uh,
like
I bet it was. I would have been lit.
I was
Oh,
so confused. I was just so set on I'm going back to Golden State.
yeah.
So 4 teams called me, Brown called me, Rob Pelinka calls me, the AD calls me, and they just got AD. So I kind of felt the weight of Golden State. You know what I'm saying? I felt the weight. I felt like they didn't handle it correctly. Steve Kerr called me. He was like, "What happened?" And like, man, y'all withdrew it. And Steve's like, blah blah blah, saying what he's saying, but he's like, we'd love to have you back. Um, we're keeping the 15 roster spot open. Maybe you can come compete for it. And I'm just like, bro, I won a championship with y'all. Like I was a big contributor for the past 2 years. Nah, I passed. I passed. And I love Steve. And Steve is me. That's probably been my best coach since Coach K. Like my favorite coach. But I just felt like Golden State owed me a little more than that. So, I professionally declined. And I remember AD called me. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go to the Lakers, bro. Like, I'm gonna go to the Lakers. And it's funny, like I'm just set on the Lakers.
Mhm.
I done heard Ron, AD, Palenka. I grew up a Laker, like Kobe right there, like
Yeah.
biggest Laker fan ever. It was my dad's team. I'm like, I want to go to Lakers. And it's crazy. My agent couldn't get coach agent, he couldn't get Rob on the phone. He couldn't get Rob on the phone. Both my agents couldn't.
Mhm.
I'm like, hold on. Call Coach K. Coach K got Rob on the phone in 2 minutes and they got the deal done, bro.
Man, Coach K is so goated.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm saying,
That's
like I'm when I say in 2 minutes, I'm like, yo, coach, like, here's the update. He was like, yeah. He's like, I know I've had a couple GMs call for you in the last hour. I'm like, yeah, but like I'm overwhelmed. But I just talked to Bron, and like I'm all about winning, and I think the Lakers are building something special. Like I want. This is where I want to go.
Mhm.
All right. So what we doing? I'm like, man, my agent can't get Rob on the phone. Like I'll tell him I'm coming right now. I'm telling him I'm signing right now. He was like, hold on, 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes later,
Got the deal done.
calling me. So that's Coach K for you.
What would you have done differently, like instead of signing? Like, do you know what you would have done instead of signing the withdrawal? You said you signed, and then yeah, what would you have done differently if in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because I was being advised, by my agent not to sign him. Like, I thought we was gonna get more money from other teams, or it was gonna be a better situation from other teams. But there were only two teams that really came aggressive, but it was kind of in the same ballpark of what Golden State was offering. And I just thought, you know, the situation at Golden State was just it would have been better than the other two teams. So
Mm.
I was advised not to sign him. My agent, we agreed on, we were gonna keep waiting. But I think he saw that. I think he saw that like teams weren't like they weren't as aggressive as we would have thought. So
Mm.
we told him to sign, and I literally left the workout early. I got on one of them scooters, leaving the Grand Marquis back to my Airbnb, running up the stairs. And I literally, they sent over the contract, and I signed it, and then they sent the withdrawal. So I don't know how I could have done anything better. I would have done anything different,
Mhm.
but it ended up working. That was definitely a life lesson, the story I can always tell forever.
Made the right choice, because you got another ring. So I mean, you can't say you didn't make the wrong choice if you think about it.
It ended up working out for sure. I
Uh,
developed relationships and bonds with, that I had forever. You know what I'm saying? So now I am definitely got another ring out of it. So
yeah.
definitely the right choice for sure.
We got to LA. You're in the bubble. You're playing in the bubble. So tell me what the hell happened when you got to before the bubble, when you found out you guys are gonna do the whole thing in the playoffs in the bubble. And you were on the Lakers on that team that won the chip. So like like the practices, everything. So what was that experience for you? Take me through that.
It was lit. It was
I,
lit.
and this is history, by the way.
Be back with Bron, who I started with. Be back with one of my best friends, AD. Obviously we played together in New Orleans. Um, it was fun, but like it was a whole new team. You know what I'm saying? So like Bron, we had like a players retreat in Vegas. It's like we all like ate dinner together, we went out together, like we all had fun, and it was a good group. And
Mhm.
it was strictly business. I mean, before the pandemic happened, I mean, we was the best team in the league. Like we was the
Right.
best team in the league. We went 2-1. Well, we went 1-2 with the Clippers, but like they knew like it was going to be between us two, and we knew it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew that it was the mutual respect for each other.
Mhm.
And we had a great season. We was number one in the league before COVID. And I remember we played Milwaukee on a Friday in LA, beat them. We played the Clippers on Sunday in LA, obviously, and then we beat them. And then season was over. You know what I'm saying? So obviously we ain't know, just like the world, like we ain't know what we was gonna do. Like if the season was over, we would have like team calls every day just about updates, but our group chat was still, lit. Like we was playing video games with each other the whole time. We was having workouts and stuff. We would work out together and stuff just so we could stay in shape just for if the season would happen. But we was pushing for the season. We knew Bron would be on all the calls, Rob would be on the call, so we knew that we would have all the information needed. But when they came up with the bubble and all that stuff. We was like, I bet, let's do it. Like, let's do it. And I remember when we got there, Jason Kidd was like the team that sacrifices the most is gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, you got guys living in mansions. You got guys who have kids, wife. You have we got their boys with them the whole time. Like nobody could come. It was just you and the team. In a hotel room. I mean, Bron and AD they had suites, but everybody else had a regular.
It was
It
that's
was
how it's supposed to be though. Yeah, yeah,
cool. Like it was like a big AAU trip. It was like a big team camp, and
yeah.
like just we would play video games all day. I don't know if you remember, like during that time they had like the verses. Like we would treat the verses like little like we would treat them like concerts. Like
Oh
where
yeah.
John Waiters, he'll bring his hookah, will be in Bron's room or AD room, and like we'll have food. Like it was lit. And the
Yeah.
one thing about that like the whole bubble was like no disrespect to any other team, but like you might see a couple players from the Heat, or like you might see a couple players from Nuggets. Like one or two players might be with each other. Like when you saw the Lakers, bro, like you saw all of us, like no less than 5, 6 of us. Like we literally did everything together. And I mean, we had the best two players at the time, Bron and AD. They was from another level. We had the complimentary guys, KCP, Danny Green, Kuz, AC, Rondo, like we just smooth. I mean, we just had everybody. Dwight,
Yeah.
Javette, all the guys playing like it. It just meshed well, man. And we played Dame the first round. We played Harden and Westbrook the second round. Then we played Jokic and Jamal Murray the third round. And then we got Jimmy Butler and the Heat the next round. And Brown, that was personal for Brown. So had to get that one for him. And it was great to be a part of it. And I just couldn't wait to get out of there for real. It was lit, but I remember like the
But
night shit was lit. We partied in a little like cabana we had, but I was on a 5 a.m. fly out of there. I got
like everybody got PTSD from Orlando.
I wasn't playing or nothing. Like the best part was me hanging out with the fellas and me being with the guys, but like I wasn't playing, bro. So I was ready to go. I was ready. I was ready. But it was cool. It was a great experience.
That ring, because I feel like that was the hardest because everyone's healthy. Still getting that ring is dope, and getting two of them at that. How would you say? I'm gonna ask you this, the last thing on the Lakers and Warriors, like your experience there. What would you say from a media attention standpoint and pressure standpoint? Because you played on basically the two biggest organizations in a way, right? So what would you say is harder between the Lakers and Warriors, like from a pressure and media standpoint? Steph Curry's like the epitome of, whatever, and LeBron is like there's 24/7 on him all day. So yeah, so what would you say is like, is there different pressure, or is it equally the same?
I would say this. I would say, and Steve, Coach Kerr, he's been on record like saying this, but
Mm,
he played with Jordan. He's played with Duncan. He was a GM, like so, and he was coach, and he was coach of the Warriors. So he's been around the top of the top, the best of the best franchises, whatever, right? I'm
mhm,
saying this to say, obviously, like the pressure that being his teammate, like if you miss 2 shots in a row, like you're gonna be on first take tomorrow,
mm,
saying that you need to be traded, um, he's not good, blah blah blah. You got the pressure. Just every game is just that's what Bron brings. That's the good and the bad,
mm,
but more good, right? Just
mhm,
because it's just he just brings that level of greatness out you. But I'm saying this to say, especially in LA too, because LA, their fans are just diehard, bro. Like they examine from everything, bro. Like it's just they take it so serious. That was me growing up. It can be a regular season game. If the Lakers losing, I might cry. The next day I'm salty. Like don't say nothing to me about the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like diehard fan.
yeah,
Um, so that's pressure in itself, and they're obviously playing with LeBron. But that second year in Golden State, when we got DeMarcus,
mhm,
like it was just so closely like scrutinized, and they had went to 4 straight finals, and just like it was just. And then you remember when Draymond and Kevin got into their thing. So like every day it was a new narrative, it was a new topic, it was this and that. So
mhm,
that season, like the the pressure just that was the most precious season I've ever been a part of for sure. Different though, the Lakers, if we like had like a real season, but everything kind of stopped, and then we had no distractions in LA. Like, I mean, in the bubble, like we had no distractions, and like being with Bron every day, like we ain't watching first take. Like we not watching, what people are saying, in on TV. Like usually I watch first take, I watch Undisputed, but like Ron don't watch that. So like